So this is a video on the importance of going at your own pace on things in life. I'm reading a book called A Farewell to Arms right now, and my brain was just kind of, I guess, drifting off into things about life. And I think it's important to remember that you're going at your own pace, and that everybody, not everybody, but there's going to be moments in your life when you're really able to achieve certain things, but generally speaking, it's unsustainable. So you can see these people that are kind of in the limelight, or that are like being hyper productive in music or video content or becoming lawyers, whatever it is that you're interested in. And they might be having a moment right now. And that's fantastic because everybody could have a moment. But the importance of that moment shouldn't be overvalued because it's just a moment. And eventually, you're going to get back to life of just kind of being your everyday you and the little things that matter. And, like reading a if you're ever reading a book and you're sitting around on a lazy Sunday and there's this voice inside your head that doesn't allow you to enjoy that book or enjoy that coffee or whatever it is, then you're missing the point. That life shouldn't be this race to see who can, you know, produce the best results with the most limited resources. Like, there's a different aspect of life other than chasing and building and wanting to compete and wanting to express or wanting to become the best at something. I mean, it's a part of life to become competent at things, but I was just kind of thinking that everything is so ephemeral and short-lived. And if you put too much pressure on yourself to be special, or too much pressure on yourself to reach some kind of abstract potential, remind yourself that even if you got there, it's probably only going to be brief, and it might not be a sustainable, happy way for you to live. And if you go slowly with things, like, eventually you will get to a place where your work is unique in some way, or where it gets noticed for a while, and then it might just fade away. And that was you. Or it might not ever happen, which is what I would assume for most people. Like, they go about their lives and nothing great, like nothing truly notable ever really occurs, but they still lived a life. They still contributed whatever their melody was to the cacophony of melodies that make up our world and our human race. And it was important, and it doesn't have to be filled with pomp and circumstance. So it's almost funny too, because if you get to that moment where you achieve all the pomp and circumstance, people want to interview you, or you get a lot of money, or whatever it is, like, it's almost better to be detached from it while it's happening. Because if you take it too serious, then, gosh, where do you go from there if that's like becomes your reality and how you expect things to happen? I mean, that would be that's an equally hard way of living, to try and sustain some kind of, like, extremely extremely highly concentrated, like, over performance to stay at the top of something. I mean, you can't. It just doesn't work that way. Anyways, I'll go back to reading my book now.